on demand. Today I'm bringing you a reformer workout with the added ankle weights. So my ankle weights are 2 pounds each. You could definitely go between about like 1 and 3. I probably wouldn't do too much heavier than that because of the hip flexors for the core work. So the setup for the reformer is going to be foot bar flat. It's going to be down the whole class. We're going to start on 1 red spring for the core. It's going to be a full body workout. Are you ready? Okay, so we're going to start with the abs. Get those ankle weights on and then lay it down for me. And we're going to grab onto the straps. I'm going to bring my short loops into my hands and then bring my legs up to a tabletop position. So the first thing I'm going to look for is that there's tension in the straps. The fingers come right over the shoulders. And then we're going to pull the rib cage down and the low belly is going to fill up where the low back would have its natural arch. But I'm going to pull my stomach in so that there's not much of a natural arch there. That's going to help protect the low back. So let's just start with the head down. As you lower the arms down, you're going to extend your left leg out to 45 degrees. And as the arms lift up, bring that left leg back to tabletop. And then we're going to alternate. Right leg reaches out, return to tabletop. The left leg extends to 45, fold it back in, arms lift. Right leg extends to 45, fold it back in, arms lift. So let's find that breathing. Exhale, lengthen the leg out. Inhale, bring the leg in. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale, bring it back in. Now when your leg is out and low, that is when you're trying to make sure that there's no movement in that lower back area. So you shouldn't have an added arch when the leg goes out. Okay, if you would like to add on, we're going to start to curl up as you extend the leg out. And make sure you're not too close to those shoulder blocks so that your shoulders don't get pressed into them. Good, exhale, curling up and over the ribs. Inhale, take it down nice and slow. And remember, the return of the exercise when we come back in is just as important as the contraction part as we go into the exercise. So we're leaving the exercise, don't rush it. It's still part of the work. And that's a lot of what Pilates teaches us, right? If we just release it here, we kind of lose a lot of the resistance. The eccentric action. Okay, on this next one for me, just stay lifted. Keep the arms down. Switch the legs. Let's use that exhale through the mouth. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs to tabletop. Hug them together. Bend your elbows by your side. You're going to extend your arms and legs long. And then bend the elbows. Keep those elbows nice and narrow. Rib cage on the ground. Collarbone open. Try not to round the front of that chest. Now when you extend everything out, I want you to curl up a little higher. Here we go. Little extra lift. Resist as you bend everything back in. Curl up and over the ribs. Now I want you to think about your arms staying connected to your back here. We don't want the shoulders to round, right? So when we extend, think of your lats sliding down your back, your arms reaching through those straps. Good work, guys. Let's do 2 more. Last 2. Final 1. Last 1. Okay, legs go straight up, arms go straight up. So you're going to keep your arms still at first. Just the legs are going to lower down. As the legs lift, the arms are going to press down by the waist. So you're going to inhale, lower and separate. Exhale to return. Now you're only taking those legs as low as you can feel the connection of your core into your back. Okay, if you start to lose that, there's no benefit for your core to go into a back bend here. If you'd like, we're going to curl up. So you'll curl up as the arms go down, and then we'll slowly resist, separating the arms and legs, lowering the head. 4, 3, 2. Hold it up for me. Last one. Legs up, chest up, pulse the chest. Like I said earlier, reach through the straps with your arms. Try to touch the foot bar. Good, let's breathe out. The chest is moving the straps, not the arms. So make sure those elbows don't bend. Let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so hang the straps up real quick. That was a warm up. We're going to drop down to one blue spring. And if you have a block for your head or a pillow for your head, you're going to put that in between your shoulder blocks. And then we're going to lay down on our right side. So right here is in between the blocks. Slide your hips all the way back. Take the short loop into your left hand. Press into the strap so that your left palm faces away from you and your arm is a little lower than your shoulder. Press your lat down. Okay, float the left leg up. Now as you lower your left arm to your hip, lower your left leg, and then float the left leg up. So you're going to lower both the left arm and leg, and then lift it back up. Now my shoulders and hips are stacked. I'm moving in and out of this fire hydrant action on the left leg. And I've got some lat work happening with that left arm. So I'm pulling right from this muscle right here to pull the strap back down. And I'm using the lat to resist the shoulder lifting as that arm lifts back up. Breathing in, breathing out. So this is just tiny warm up for those legs. We always like to use multiple muscle groups if we can to get extra burn. You got it. So make sure those bottom ribs are lifted. We've got that mouse house here. Good. Breathing in, breathing out. Let's look for 4 more. 4. And 3. For 2. Last one, I want you to just keep your leg up, lower your arm down, and turn your palm to the back wall. You're going to bend your elbow so your fingertips point forward and line up with the elbow, and then extend the arm and the leg straight. Bend the elbow and the knee back to 90, and then extend the arm and the leg straight. Now, one thing I see here is this top shoulder shrugging up. I want you to reach through the straps to keep that top shoulder off of your neck the whole time. So what are we working? We are working the tricep on the left arm and the glute and outer hip on the left leg. Good, so continue to send that left hip crease down towards the foot bar, so we've got a hiking of the hip. Good, breathing in, breathing out. Collarbone is wide here. And we got that block so that neck can just be relaxed. Good, we're gonna go for 4 more and take a peek at this leg, make sure it doesn't drop below hip height. 3. And 2. Okay, everything's gonna stay straight on 1. Front of this left collarbone stays open as we sweep the left arm, left leg forward. So make sure we don't round, pull the shoulder blade onto the back, and then sweep it back in line with the body. Good, inhale, sweep it forward. Exhale to sweep it back. So this is like single arm chest expansion. So that's the idea. The front of the chest is staying open. Good, I want you to sweep your leg back and squeeze through the back of the leg. Okay, starting to shake. Make sure the leg comes forward, we don't tuck the pelvis. So keep your low back with that natural curve to it. So your tailbone's reaching behind you as your left heel bone is reaching forward. Okay, we've got 2 more. Last 2. And believe it or not, after this, we're actually starting the leg work. Last 1. Okay, so big loop is gonna go around the left foot. Okay, knees are gonna make a 90-degree angle. Stick your booty out and send the left hip away from your long waistline. You're gonna press through the strap, squeeze your glute. Bend the knee back in. Knee and ankle line up. Press out, big squeeze. Bend it in. Hello, glutes. Are they talking to us or what? Press out, squeeze. Resist in. This is definitely the way to toe the tush. Okay, and then make sure you're parallel. So toes and knees point straight forward for me. Okay, last one. Bend the knee back in, and you're gonna press out an inch and in an inch. Out an inch and in an inch. Now that in an inch, control the strap. So don't let it just kind of slingshot, right? You guide the straps during everything in Pilates when we're using the reformer. Give me 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold the knee at 90, little pulses up. Outer hips, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn the leg out, stick the booty back. We've got our frog press. Knee tracks over the center of the foot, and then bend the knee back in without the pelvis moving. Okay? And don't let your foot drop. I don't like that, guys. I see that a lot. So keep your heel lining up with your knee. Okay, send the chest forward and the hips back. Woo! Loving it. I always like to put my hand anywhere when I'm working a muscle. Say it's my bicep, I like to touch my bicep, or when it's my glute, I like to touch the glute. Kind of gives me that mind-body connection help. We got it. Give me 4 more. For 4. Remember to keep the stomach muscles in. 3. And 2. Last one. Pressing all the way out. You're going to bring it halfway in. We're going to pulse out an inch and an inch. Remember, slow on the return. We're here for 8, 7, 6. As you push the strap out, that's when you're squeezing your glute a little bit tighter. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Pulse the knee back. Little butterflies. Back and back. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Tiny turnouts. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! Okay. Take the strap off. We're going to come to the floor, but you're keeping the same strap. So come to standing. Your inside leg, your left leg is forward. Your left hand is going to hold up on the knot, and your right toes are back behind you. So we're in a lunge stance. Okay, you're going to keep your arm long as you lower down into your lunge. As you stand up, narrow row on the left arm, and you're going to lift the right leg up and back behind you. Okay, pull that right hip to the floor. Now tuck the right toes, lower down into your lunge. Good, narrow row. Pull from the left shoulder blade, shift forward onto that left leg. Lift up through the right hamstring. Now square that right hip down. It's not about getting the leg high. This is not a standing split move. This is a single leg deadlift. So as you row, that tension on the straps actually helping us balance here. Inhale to lunge. Okay, pull from the upper back on the left side. Shift onto the left leg. Lift through the right hamstring. Press up into that ankle weight. Inhale, we lunge it down. Good work, you got this. Narrow row, we shift forward. Internally rotate that back leg. Pull the left hip back. And lower down, breathe in. Good, shifting forward. Lunge and lift. Lengthen the arm. And bring it down. Really nice. Let's do 3 more. Good balance. One of the principles of Pilates So whenever you're working balance, one of the biggest cues is not to rush it, move a lot slower. That will help you balance, and it will also improve your balance. It will help you balance longer. Good, last one right here. Row, shift forward, lift up through that right glute, and then gently release it down. Okay, so we're hanging. Actually, let's just move the block for a minute, and we're gonna come to all fours. So we got the knees underneath the hips. We're gonna have our left hand planted in between the shoulder block, and the right hand's gonna choke up on the knot on the strap. Okay, knees underneath the hips, and we're gonna extend the left leg straight back behind us. Angle the hip down. And now you're going to sweep your right arm up to hip height as you lift your left leg to hip height. And we're gonna lower everything back towards the floor. Exhale, left leg, right arm. Inhale, lower down. So still on a blue spring. Just in case you're wondering, you can always go to red if you need more weight. You can go to yellow if you need less, or hold lower on the shoulder blocks. But really important here that you're expanding through the right collarbone. The other thing I'm looking for is that the right elbow is not bending. We're moving from the right shoulder joint to lift. Inhale down. Exhale, sweep it up. You got it. Good, we're here for 4. Good, and this is a lot of core. You're trying to stay balanced. And 3. For 2. Okay, on this next one, we're gonna stay lifted. Last one, arm and legs stay up. Bend your right elbow as you bend your left heel to your butt. Don't drop your thigh. And then extend everything straight back behind you. Okay, bend the elbow in the knee. Extend it straight back. Bend the elbow in the knee. Reach it straight back. Now try not to let your right upper arm or your left upper leg drop. Keep them lifted for me. Good. Angle the left knee straight down to the floor. We're parallel. Give me 3 more. Tummy in. 3. And 2. Squeeze through that left glute as you lengthen. And 1. Okay, float it down and hang the strap up. Got a little plank work coming in. So staying on the blue, hands are gonna go planted. Wide through the fingertips. Point your fingers, angling forward, right in front of the shoulder blocks. Tuck your toes behind you. Lengthen out, high plank. Make sure your arms aren't all the way up here. They're right underneath those shoulders. Lift through the abs and ribs. Float the left leg up, flex the foot. You're gonna lift up 3 times. Higher, 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 hold. Tap the toes to the wood. 1, 2, 3, lift. Tap the toes to the wood, you got it. 1, 2, 3, lift. Tap the toes to the wood. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale, tap it down. 1, 2, 3, lift. Inhale, tap it down, you got it. So 3 lifts, big squeeze, hold. Tap it down, give me 4 more. Nice job, guys, let's keep it up. Last 2, 1, 2, 3, squeeze. Tap it down. 1, 2, 3, squeeze. Find your plank. Okay, guys, we ready to reverse the series? Hover the right leg now. Flex the foot. Lift up for 3. 1, 2, 3, big squeeze. Tap it down. 1, 2, 3, big lift. Tap it down. So we're working the hamstring. Make sure the front of your thigh faces the floor. Exhale, 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 squeeze. Inhale, lower down, fresh leg. 1, 2, 3, lift. Tap it down, we got 5 right here. Up for 3, you hold, and we tap. Super strong, let's go for 3. 1, 2, 3, lift. Tap it down, one more. 1, 2, 3, lift. Tap it down. Bring the carriage on in. Okay, we're gonna switch our all fours work up now. So, grabbing onto the strap with the left hand above the knot on the rope, placing the right palm in between the shoulder blocks, knees are hips distance apart, shoulders down. Extending the right leg back behind you. Remember not to lean into the left hip. So angle that right hip down. Left arm is to the side of the machine with the wrist facing in. We're gonna lift. Left arm, right leg, and then lower it back down. Exhale to sweep up. Inhale to lower it back down. Now, this is not about getting your leg crazy high. It is about alignment. We are in Pilates class, so that is what I want you to focus on. Good. If you cannot keep your right hip facing the floor, then I need you to not focus so much on getting the height, but on angling the right hip down and turning the right thigh bone in. So if you're a dancer, that might be hard, right? Dancers are used to turn out. And so we're trying to square off. Good work, guys. You got 3 more. Lift left arm, right leg. Balance. Keep the ribs and core in. Lower down. And 2. Okay, this is where we stay up. Keeping everything lifted. Bend your left elbow and your right heel to your back. And then reach out back behind you. Inhale, bend it in. Exhale, reach it back. Okay, we're keeping the left elbow and the right thigh high. Those 2 points are trying to not move. They're in a static hold. Lower leg, lower arm are moving. Let's go for 4. Good. Spread through the front of that left collarbone. 3. You got it. 2. Nice job. Last one. And 1. Woo! Slow it down for me. Okay, so we're gonna come to standing for our lunges. So, right foot forward, and then the right hand is gonna hold onto the knot. If it's too heavy for you, you can always hold a short loop. Okay, so first find your lunge. Long arm, chest, hips point forward. You're gonna inhale down into the lunge. Find your narrow row. Pulling that right shoulder blade onto the back. Lift the left leg up. Firm through the back of the leg. Tuck the left toes. We lunge and reach. Then float forward. Narrow row. Lift through the back of that left leg. Inhale, we go down. Try to get your back knee to the floor. Row. Lift up through the back leg. Now try to angle your left hip down. Yeah, I'm even putting my left thumb on my left side of my low back and pushing it towards the floor as I lift up into my deadlift. Yeah, when you're in your deadlift, you're looking for a flat spine. You're looking actually from one line from your heel to your head. So that's the goal. So the leg doesn't want to be higher, the chest doesn't want to be lower. And if you're more advanced, holding the deadlift for a second is really going to help you improve on full body strength and balance. Okay, we're here for 3 more. 3. Good. And 2. Good, last one. Breathe in, narrow row, shift forward, lift through that back hamstring, and slowly release it down. Okay guys, so we're into the sideline boogie. So I'm gonna grab onto my blocker pillow. It's gonna go in between the shoulder blocks. This time my back is going to be to you, but no worries, I'm right here with you. Okay, so we're gonna lay down. This is actually a good for you to know what the back of your body should look like. So we're laying down. I'm gonna have my left ear on the block. Remember, I'm backwards to you now, so it's not gonna look like I'm nearing you. Hips are sliding back. So see how far my butt is? That's important. Short loop is gonna go into the right hand. We're gonna push into the strap until the right hand is just below the line of the shoulder and the palm faces out. And now you're gonna lift that right leg up. See how there's space between my left ribs and the mat? That's what we're going for. Then you're gonna lower right arm, right leg, and then lift back up. Okay, and now because I am rear facing to you, you can see my lat right here. And that's a great thing for you to focus on. So the front of the right collarbone is wide, and that right lat is pulling into the spine, this area right here. Okay, that's the muscle I'm pulling from to move the arm down. Okay, breathe out, and breathe in. Breathe out, and breathe in. Nice, I'm just making sure I'm continuing to angle my tailbone back and keep the front of the chest open. My right knee and foot are staying level with each other as they lift. Okay, let's go for 5 more right here. For 5. And 4. For 3. And 2. Good, last one. And 1. Okay, lift your leg up and then turn your fingertips forward. So you're gonna bend your right elbow so your fingertips and your elbow line up, and then you're gonna extend the arm and leg long. So we're staying at hip and shoulder height. We're lengthening, and then we're bending both the arm and the knee back to 90. So when your right knee bends back in, the heel lines up with the knee. So it's at the same height and angle. Now this right tricep is hugging my waist, so try not to let it leave your body. Hugging it in is gonna help you fire through the right tricep muscle. Good, now make your own resistance with your leg. Yes, you have the ankle weight, but also feel like you have a leg press underneath your foot. Like you're pushing something really heavy away from you. You got it, guys. Good, inhale on the in. Exhale on the extend. Okay, give me 2 more. For 2. Last one. For 1. Keep everything straight. You're going to sweep your arm and leg forward, and then you're going to sweep it back. Now this is our chest expansion on the right arm. So when the arm comes forward, I'm going to show you right here, make sure it doesn't disconnect from the back. Pull the arm into the socket. So you see the difference? Forward, that's not what we want. We want the arm into the socket. So we want to keep the arm and the back connected right there. So in the back of the body, you think right shoulder blade to spine. In the front of the body, you want to widen through the collarbone. I'm starting to get a good shape here. I hope you are too. Okay, inhale forward. Sweep back and squeeze your glute. Now when you sweep the leg back, don't move your pelvis. Don't let the hips slide. Okay, give me 2 more, and that foot is going in the strap. In 2. Good, last one right here. And 1. Okay, bend that right knee in, put the big loop on the right foot. Bring the knee to 90. Send your booty back. Press out, squeeze. Bend it in. Good, I want you to feel both the inner arch and outer edge of the foot touch the loop. So make sure your foot is not sickling. So toes point straight forward and pressing through both the arch and the pinky toe side of the foot. Inhale, bend. Exhale, extend. You got it. Good, you're gonna give me 3. And 2. Good, last one. And 1. Fold it in. You're gonna press out an inch and an inch. Out an inch and an inch. Now when I push out, I'm squeezing this right sits bone into the midline. Tightening that tush. Here we go. We've got 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it at 90. Little lifts, little abductions. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn the knee to the ceiling. Toes and knees turn out. Send your booty back. Have the natural curve. Press into the strap. Bend the knee wide. Now notice when I turned my knee out, I did not roll my hip back. So keep the hips stacked. Arching the low back is different. That's as if this lower spine is moving into the body. It's creating a natural curve in the back, but the pelvis is still nice and level. Now in this turnout position, I want you to press through the pinky toe side of the foot into the strap. The outer edge of the foot presses away from you. Are we on fire or what? You're going to give me 3 more. Let's go right here. For 3. And 2. Last one. We've got pulses right here. Out an inch, in an inch. Hang on for me. 10, 9, you got it. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it on 1, little abduction. Pulse this knee back. Let's go 10, 9, lift it up. 8, 7, you got this. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Oh my goodness, that was serious. That was serious. Okay, let's take the straps off. Hang the strap up. Move the block out of the way for me. Okay, so we're gonna come into a little full body flow in a plank. I'm gonna stay on a blue. If you need more support, you can use a red. If you need more for your core, you can use a yellow. So bring it to all fours for me. Facing the foot bar. Hands are going to be planted underneath the shoulders. Toes are going to be tucked in front of the shoulder blocks. And the first thing you're going to do without even moving the carriage is just float the knees up. So my toes are tucked to a hover. Okay, you're going to send the carriage all the way out. Find a nice high plank. Strong for your thighs. 1 push-up. Carriage doesn't move. Press up. Bend the knees underneath the hips. Freeze. Hold. Float the left knee up and give me a fire hydrant, squeezing into the outer hip. Lower the left knee down. Send the legs out. Hold the carriage still. Push up. Press up. Bend the knees in. Let's take it to the right. Knees underneath the hips. The right foot lifts. Turn the knee out. Squeeze the outer hip. Tuck the toes. Send the carriage out. You got it. Push up. Press up. Pull the carriage in. Float the left knee. Turn it out, squeeze the outer hip, hold. Left knee down, send the legs out, give me a push up. Push up, press up, knees in, right leg lifts, turn it out, squeeze your outer hip. Toes down, send it out. Push up, press up, we're looking strong. We're gonna do a total of 10, guys. This is number 5 right here. Try to keep the pace slow. Focusing on getting nice and strong. And those arms, when you go into your push-up, do not let your hips drop. That's going to sacrifice 4. And if you are super strong, get that chest as low as you can. Okay, guys, this is it for class today. We got 4 right here. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Finishing up number 3. Okay, let's work it together. Final 2. Hydrant, toes down, stretch it out, push up, press up, fold it in. Hydrant, toes down, Press it out, last one. Push up, press up, fold it in. Woo! Good work, you guys. Just over 30 minutes, full body activated. Let's hit an Eve's lunge to stretch out those hip flexors. So first time today, we're gonna bring the bar up. And then I'm gonna stand to the right of the machine, right foot on the floor, right underneath the foot bar, left toes against the block, send the carriage out, open up through the front of that left hip. Oh, that feels nice. Okay, send the right hip crease down, take a twist to the right, reset right arm back in space. Exhale, back through center. Bring the machine in straight out through your right leg. Pull the right hip back. And then send the carriage out into a nice long split. Woo! Good, and then folding it all the way back home. We're gonna go to the other side. So, you've got your left toes on the floor right underneath the foot bar. Right foot against the shoulder block. Send the carriage out. Drop the hips. And try to level the pelvis. So scoop this left hip underneath you. Send the carriage back in space. Let the hips drop. Okay, we're going to take that twist. So we're going to turn left. Opening across the collarbone. Reach that left arm back in space. And bring it back through center. Carriage comes in. Straighten out through the left leg and pull the left hip back. And then you'll send the carriage out. So more important to get the spine flat here. I see a lot of people do this and round their back like crazy, so try not to do that. Try to create length through the torso. Woo! Hamstrings. They're feeling all that work we did today. Good, okay. And roll it all the way in. We're gonna take a seated hip stretch to finish, because you know we hit those outer glutes. Right heel over the left thigh. Now if your low back is really tucked here, I want you to put your hands behind you, just try to sit up straight. If your low back is long, you can lean into this shape. Take a couple deep breaths right here. Wow, that's tight. Okay, drop the head. And roll up. Let's switch it over. So left ankle crosses over. Remember, if the pelvis is scooping a lot, lift tall through that back. And then if you're able to maintain a tall spine, you're going to stretch forward, reaching the chest over the shin first. And then from there, just start to drop down. Big stretch into that outer hip. Woo, I'm feeling that. Good, and then let's roll it up. You guys, I'm so proud of you. I hope you had an awesome workout. I feel like that was pretty severe on my tush. I don't know about you, you'll have to let me know how it went. My name is Lindsay Bushman, this is Pilates On Demand. I love to hear any feedback or requests for workouts in the comments. And please subscribe to my channel, it's totally free and it just helps me with getting more views and more people finding the channel. So I really appreciate if you subscribe and I'll see you on the next workout. Bye guys.